In this video, we are going to cover how to create your non-representational shape collage. So in Illustrator, we need to start by creating a new document. So we'll go to File and New. The size of it is the same size as what we have been making, so 8.5 inches by 11. So 8.5 inches in width, 11 in height, RGB for the color mode. Hit Create, and we should get a new blank document about like that. For this project, you need to establish a color theme. So you can create color swatches yourself by clicking and dragging out a rectangle while holding the Shift key, I would prefer, but that's not essential. So if you hold the Shift key, it constrains it to a perfect square. I'm going to take the stroke off. I don't want a stroke color. I do want a fill color. So I can double click on my fill color swatch and then choose my first color, bright pink. And then I can continue to do that for my other 4 colors. You need a 5 color theme. So I can create my color theme that way. Or I'm going to show you this other handy little tool, which is Adobe Color. So color.adobe.com. Go ahead and go there. Once you are there, you can choose Explore and explore other users' color themes. So if you want to find a color theme there that another user has created, you can select it, and then just all you have to do is mouse over it, and then these options should pop up. If you want to save it, just go ahead and save it. You don't even need to download it, or you shouldn't need to download it. So save it to your library, name it something that makes sense to you, and hit save. When you do that, if you are signed into the Creative Cloud, then that should sync into Illustrator. So you need to be signed into Adobe Creative Cloud. If you aren't already signed in, make sure you just sign in to the Creative Cloud. So in Illustrator now, you can see in my libraries panel, that color theme that I just saved is showing up right here. I didn't rename it. That was the name that they came up with, the other user who created it. So there is my color theme right there. I will go ahead and use that color theme. So instead of the one that I started making, I'm going to use this color theme. I am going to create that color theme in color swatches in my document. So I'm going to actually just copy this square that I made by pressing the Alt button using my selection tool, my black arrow. I will click and drag down. So again, select that object that I want to copy, press and hold the Alt button, click and drag down. And my smart guides are helping me indicate when my spacing is even. Okay, so now I have 5 magenta squares. I want to change them to my color theme. So I will select that first square, and all I'm going to do is click over here on the right in my color theme, and it changes to that color. So I'll select the next one, click over here on the right, changes to the next color. Click over here on the right, changes to the next color, and so on until I have all 5 of my colors from my color theme into my document. Now I want to actually save these as swatches. So I have them right here in my document as swatches, but I want to save them as actual color swatches in Illustrator. So I'm going to use my black arrow, my selection tool, click and drag to select all 5 of those colors. I will open up my swatches panel. That looks like a little color palette over here on the right hand side. If you don't see it there, go to Window and Swatches. So over here now I have all of my 5 colors selected. I'm going to choose new color group, and I will call that collage because we're making a collage, and I will hit OK. When I do that, notice that it selects all the colors from the objects that I have selected, and it pulls them into this new color theme. So if I had like a black stroke on one of my squares or all of my squares or whatever, oops, it changed it to white. Okay, so let's say I had a white color stroke. That's a little bit hard to see, but there's a white stroke around that square. So if I had that while I selected and created a new color group using that, then it would pull in that. I'll just do that real quick. Notice that it pulls in that white swatch as well. So keep that in mind. So if you have strokes on anything, then it'll pull in the color from that stroke as well.